This is a humidifier. Well, not a complete humidifier because you do need water to make one of these work, but otherwise a very, very small humidifier and a surprisingly effective portable USB powered humidifier. Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter by showing you this Kikkerland Floatie Humidifier, which is designed to help with dry throats and sinus irritation that you might get in dry weather conditions. Maybe you live in a desert or an arid area, or it's just a very cold, dry winter wherever you happen to be. Even your standard office environment can have pretty dry air, especially when the heat or air conditioning is running. But it's not always practical to travel with a humidifier in your backpack to school, work, or on your next vacation, and this floaty humidifier is designed to be about as portable as you can get. Now, I've reviewed portable USB-powered humidifiers in the past, and as small as those were, about the size of a soda can, they had the bulky components of a traditional humidifier. That means a water basin with a long filter and a larger housing for a humidifying motor. But this Kikkerland, which is a company that pretty much designs quirky home accessories, this Kikkerland Floatie Humidifier has cut out all of those extra components, resulting in this lifesaver-shaped, minimalist gadget which puts out a cool mist into the air to help you breathe better in dry air conditions. The Floatie Humidifier comes in a single colored design, which is this white donut shape. It measures 5 by 2 centimeters and weighs about as much as a house key. Connected to it is a non-removable USB 3 cable that's 112 centimeters or 44 inches long. It might seem odd to have such a long USB cable for a humidifier that's this small, but you'll see in a minute why Kikkerland have to design it this way. On the surface, it's a pretty simple design, but if you look a little bit closer, you'll see a few efficient additions. If you flip the floatie over, you'll notice a small water sensor here, and in the center, a water filter where the floatie pulls up water from a bowl or a cup. The filter is there to reduce the amount of calcium that builds up in the internal components, like its bigger humidifier relatives, but this one isn't replaceable. On the other side of the floatie is a small recessed metal disc where the humidifier mist is released. To get this all working, it's fairly straightforward. You fill up a drinking glass or bowl with cold, not hot, water. Also, in my experience with humidifiers, it's best to use filtered water if you can for the longevity of the device, since it takes out more calcium from the water to begin with. So getting back to using the floatie humidifier, you fill it up with water and then drop the floatie in. And as the name suggests, it floats at the top. Once you plug it in via USB to a portable power bank, laptop, or any USB 3 port really, this green light inside the floatie lights up and it automatically begins humidifying with a strong mist of cool water. In my experience though, it did take a couple of times dropping the floatie into the water to get it to start working. I'd have to plug it in and unplug it a few times and adjust the angle a bit of the lifesaver to get it to start working. Once it did though, it generated a strong mist, so strong in fact that I'd recommend not using this too close to your computer or other sensitive electronics to prevent them from getting moisture inside. Around the cup that the floatie was sitting in, there wasn't any noticeable accumulation of water on paper or even the table surface around it. Although I suspect you'd probably notice a difference in the dust pattern if you don't regularly wipe clean your desk surfaces. So basically all you need is the floatie and a glass of water to make this work, but another feature that this includes is that you can add essential oils to the water itself. A few drops of scented oils in the glass and you can add some nice scents in addition to humidifying. That's something a lot of larger humidifiers won't do, or at least you shouldn't do unless they specifically state you can add essential oils to them. And my guess is here that Kikkerland have probably figured, hey, this floatie humidifier is $10. Even if it gets gunked up over a year with essential oils inside of it, probably not going to be too much of a big deal to replace it at $10. It's going to get you through a winter season or maybe even longer, maybe a couple of years. And if it does get gunked up with essential oils, probably not going to worry too much about getting this replaced. As for how much the floatie can humidify, it does have an appreciable impact on the humidity in the immediate vicinity of wherever you place it. It's not designed to humidify an entire room, but for localized humidification of the air that you'll be breathing, it does a good job. And since it's not battery powered, it will continue to run so long as it has water and is plugged into a power source. I ran the floatie using a power bank and it used up a cup of water, and my 13,000 milliamp hour anchor didn't even blink. It's also not going to draw much appreciable power from your laptop either. But it isn't quite silent, putting out about as much noise as a loud external hard drive. That's not disturbing or unusual for humidifiers in general, and the floatie can hardly be considered a loud device. Being such a small device, the floatie has some limitations. The first being it can't humidify an entire room or hotel room or office area, but it's not really designed to do that. It does do a good job though of humidifying the immediate air around you that you're breathing in. You also don't have fine control over where the mist sprays. Once you get it adjusted though, it stays put at least as long as the water level in the cup is high. As the floatie goes through the water in a cup, it might lean a bit more to one side or the other due to the cable hanging over the side. It's nothing major, but just something to keep in mind if you're going to place this next to your bed. Just make sure that the floatie is kind of facing a direction that's not going to turn, or it's not too close to your face so you don't get this cool mist and wakes you up in the middle of the night. Also, the floatie doesn't have a timer, so you can't set it to turn on or off. It basically will just keep running so long as there's enough water for it to keep going. And in about 12 ounces of water, it will go about 4 hours. Assuming that the floatie can stay horizontal with the water line as the water gets lower and lower and gets toward the bottom of the cup. Honestly, I think Kikkerland have come up with a very innovative design for a portable humidifier. By getting rid of the water basin, this is much more portable, pocketable even compared to other portable humidifiers. It's also only $10, so you're not going to be heartbroken if you forget this in a hotel room, or if you lose this, or if you break it or something like that. The price is just cheap enough to where you can just pick one or two of these up and you're not going to really put much thought into it, and it's not going to dent your travel budget. It doesn't have the aesthetic appeal with changing lights and colors like some of the other humidifiers that I've reviewed in the past. So this probably isn't the humidifier that you're going to use as a centerpiece, in the middle of your home. It's a little bit less aesthetically pleasing, but it is very functional and effective for such a small gadget. It does the job of humidifying the air that you're going to breathe pretty well, and for $10, it's really hard to beat it. And compared to other portable humidifiers, it's just so much smaller. It's a really good deal. Really does do a lot of the things that it's supposed to do, and it is very, very portable as well. So if you're looking for a portable humidifier, you want something that's very small, something that's going to work well, something that's not expensive, then the Floatie Humidifier by Kikkerland is really, really hard to beat. That's my review of the Floatie Humidifier. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know if you have any comments down in that comment section below. And on your way down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week, and I will see you in the next video. Gotta figure out the rest of the sentence. Help with dry throats or sinus irritation that you may. But this Kikkerland Floatie Humidifier, flickety flack, fluke, click, 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 click. Get rid of those. Yeah. It's been a while since I had a blooper reel, and I just bloopered my blooper reel. But oh yeah, we got one today.